Parashat Mishpatim and its first commandment may be confusing to those who read it. It starts, when you buy a Hebrew slave. Whoa! We just left slavery. What's with setting laws about having slaves again? It continues, 6 years he shall work, and on the 7th he will go free without payment. There are a few things here. The cycle of 6 and 7, much like creation or the week. The fact that the slave must go free without payment, and the word choice specifically. Moses' cry and this word for go free are built on the same root, Shalach. It seems to me as though freeing a slave in one's possession is like a smaller example of God freeing the Israelites from slavery. But then it continues, saying that if a slave does not want to go free, that he shall be brought to the doorpost and his ear shall be pierced. Ear piercing is not like going to Claire's or a tattoo shop in this time. This was likely a bloody affair. And when else was there blood on the doorpost? Of course, this was during the 10th plague. This act is a public declaration that this slave could go free, but he has chosen not to. But here's the thing. Looking at historical documents through a modern lens will always prove futile. The societies of this time always had slaves. It was a given. People sold themselves to pay debts or to escape poverty and hunger. The Torah was a product of its time, and yet the focus on the laws of slavery in the Torah have little to do with slavery itself, but instead on the freeing of slaves that they may have. They are not to be like the Egyptians who kept them for 430 years. They must push for their freedom unless their slave insists otherwise. And here's the thing. In modern law-abiding America, we don't have slaves anymore. And yet the reasons people sold themselves into slavery, namely poverty and hunger, still exist. And we, for the most part, tolerate those who have less than us and turn away from them. In our time, this is the unnecessary keeping of slaves. Our job as Jews is to free the oppressed around us. Temple is always running food and supply drives for SHIM and Freestore, and I hope you will bring human and pet food along with other supplies to Temple the next time you come to do our part to set people in need free.